Well, as you can see, it is a cold, miserable, cloudy, crappy day outside. So it sounds like the perfect day to make my root vegetable chowder. Let's get started. Well, like the name implies, it's all root vegetables. Everything in here grows underground. Handful of nice potatoes. I like the small red ones. They're a lot easier to work with. Cook up very nicely. A couple carrots. Can never go wrong with carrots. A fresh sweet potato. Of course, all these have to be peeled and cleaned. And these are the two most people don't use very much. Oh, a shallot. Gotta have a shallot in there. A parsnip. As you can see, it's kind of shiny. These things are dipped in wax to keep them fresh, so they have to be peeled. And a rutabaga. Same thing with the rutabaga, you gotta get the wax off of that too. This one I'm gonna go through in a little more detail when I cut it up. Everything needs to be chunked out in roughly same size pieces so that they all cook evenly. We'll go through all that in a minute. And again, as I said, now we start to chunk it out into roughly even sized pieces. All you want to do here is just get them to the point where all the veggies are about the same size chunks, so they cook even. That works. There we go. Now where's the potatoes? Just quarter these guys. Should be two more. Now we're getting ready to cook. Okay, now we're going to take our shallot. And again, smallish pieces, but it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just going to mince this guy up. Don't hit your glass bowl. There we go. Alright, a good sized stock pot. You're going to want to take a little extra virgin olive oil and just enough in the bottom there to kind of cover things. There we go. Let that get nice and hot, and then we'll add our shallots. And we're off. Shallots are off to the races there. Hot. We just want to sweat them a little bit until they start to kind of translucent. Don't want to go too long, don't want to burn them. Okay, at this point, we want to start to add our big chunks of veggies. All these guys are going to go there. Everybody in the pool. At this point, I add chicken stock. Now, if you're vegan or vegetarian, you could certainly add vegetable stock. That'll work just fine. Use a stock you're familiar with, that you like, you know the flavor of. It's going to work well for you. Again, like I said, I prefer the chicken stock. Add enough to cover everything. That being said, I need to add a little more. Alright, all our veg are on, in the chicken stock, heat's on. All I'm going to do is bring this up to a boil and let this boil for long enough for all these vegetables to become fork tender. Just get them all cooked through. In this case, with the size of these chunks, it's probably going to take an hour to 45 minutes to an hour. We'll be back when they're fork tender. Alright, it's been about 45 minutes. Everything is now fork tender, but as you can see, our chicken stock is cooked down a little bit. So I'm going to add enough water back to it to bring it back up to the top of the veggies where it was. And then we'll move on to the next step. Perfect. At this point, we need to get out our stick blender and homogenize everything. As you can see at this point, we're just veggies and broth and big chunks of stuff. We're going to bring the stick blender into play here and homogenize everything. Alright, nice and smooth. Just the way we love it. On to the next step. Alright, this is a chowder, and as such is cream based. So we're going to add a fair amount of cream. Probably about a cup, cup and a quarter. Make it nice and rich. That's beautiful. Nice and thick. So you see at this point, after adding the cream, it's a nice velvety smooth texture. Very, very nice. We're going to put this back on the heat, let it simmer for about another 10 minutes. At this point, you might want to add salt and pepper to taste. I'll check it in a second and see where we need to be. Yep, definitely need a little salt. There's a lot here, so. And I've added nothing at this point. It was a low salt chicken broth I used, so. Let's see where that gets us. That's just about perfect. Maybe a pinch more, not much. That should do it. You can always add a little to the table if you need to. Perfect. Let that come up to simmer, and I'll show you how to plate it. Okay, at this point we want to start getting ready to plate this thing up. And a couple of flavors that complement this chowder really well are a really good quality Italian salami and a really good quality Italian Parmesan cheese. But you just don't throw it on there. I start off by doing a julienne, really fine, of the salami. Just little shreds. There you go. Just toss that lightly. Just a hair more. There we go. And I'll check it. Oh, that's good salami. I like that one. Let's find ourselves a clean peeler. And then on the Parmesan, we just want to peel a few nice pieces. Should be a nice dry aged parm. That's delicious. Really nice. There we go. Alrighty, we've served up a nice bowl of our chowder. Got to finish and garnish. We'll start off with just a little bit of our salami. Just draft it right on top. And a few nice shavings of our Parmesan. Just a few. Then for that last little touch, good quality balsamic vinegar. Just a drop. And that is going to be the best thing you've had this winter. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Give this a try.